Welcome to the Guided Soul. What I really want to talk about is the patterns that tune us out of our soul. Because I'm very conscious and aware every day about where something comes from, as far as thoughts, as far as beliefs and actions. And what is so evident is that underneath every action, underneath every thought, there is an energy. And it's that energy that is the difference of if I'm behaving and if I'm doing something from fear or if I'm doing something from soul. And sometimes the soul does give assignments to do things where you face your fear, but you know when that's the case. You know when it's a soul assignment pushing you forward into something that is better for you, that will expand you. And then there's actions and thoughts that come from some other place of lack, unworthiness, of protection. And certainly in moments that is needed and necessary, but in most cases, the way we live these days, that kind of protection is not needed. Sometimes it is. I'm not saying it applies across the board. I'm talking about this emotional, this mental relationship with ourselves that we must dissect and really understand and get to know about ourselves so that we can truly be living from our soul, from our wholeness, from our source, and not from our limiting beliefs. I believe truly, wholeheartedly with my soul that we are at a time and space now where we are called to shift that, to transition that, to start creating from our soul and wholeness. Yo, sunrise in Canggu, Bali is going to be a beautiful one coming out of over there. Yeah, and so spending time really dissecting or just investigating where that comes from is so powerful because the actions that you take that according to your soul's alignment to your source will always yield the fulfillment and the results that you're after. And actions that stem with the energy of lack and fear will just perpetuate more of that. So today I'm going to really pay attention to the thoughts and to the inspiration and where that comes from. Because on a daily basis, we all have that option, either fear or love, fear or soul, either your soul or cut off. Not cut off, it's just tuned out. Because the source is always there, and I would venture to say in most parts, in most areas, and most times, it is guiding you. In general, things are not in a state of destruction. We're here just fine-tuning our understanding. We're here fine-tuning our ability to distinguish between wholeness and living from a full place and just living from a pinched off, cut off place. Yup, I think there's a whole river there that I am not interested in crossing. I'm sure I can if I was determined, but I'm not that determined. I'm gonna go back. Yeah, so that is today's message, is to really just pay attention to the difference of where the energy underneath the thoughts and underneath the actions that I'm about to do are coming from. Today, I am actually going to see Neo in concert here. I've been complaining about how I just miss artists and shows, spending a lot of time here. And I'm sure there's talent somewhere on this island that I don't know of, Balinese and otherwise. And I actually took that for granted in Los Angeles, that you could at any point just go to a show at any night and there's an artist who's extraordinarily talented, singing their heart out, writing some amazing songs. And here it hasn't been really accessible or available that I've known. Anyway, so Neo's coming today. That was definitely an inspiration of love and an inspiration of interest in songs and performances and artists and vocals and melodies and lyrics. I love that so much. You know, unfortunately, things have shifted and changed from the time that the purity of loving that, of music in that way. But I will say, breathwork sessions have brought me to that space in that moment after the phenomena that happens when you really truly breathe for a longer period of time, deeply in and out of your mouth, whether it's euphoric or whether it's any other technique. But something happens, and that was actually one of the first things that happened that made me really committed and passionate about practicing and learning all that I could, because after or during one of those sessions, I actually felt the love and the pureness of music, for music that I did when I was a child. It like just removed all of the, all of the stuff that is on top of love and purity and joy and the harmony and the peace that you feel when you hear such a beautiful song, such vocals, the talent that is just beyond this earth, which we know there has been some people's talents that are just otherworldly. Whitney Houston, that talent, that ability. So I could go on about that. But anyway, so that's going to be today. But when I'm not there, I'm inspired to do yoga. Where is that coming from? Is it coming from a space of having to change or not being good enough? Or is it coming from a space of truly wanting to maximize my health, to maximize my body's ability to stretch and to be strong and limber? For me today, that's definitely why I've been doing yoga. Also cold therapy, as in the more I learn, the more I'm like, wow, going into cold therapy actually strengthens your muscles. It doesn't increase them in size. It's not about the looks, but it's about the strength that they're actually obtaining from what occurs when you put yourself in really cold water for a certain amount of time. So I wish everybody a beautiful day, night, whatever this is, whenever you're watching this, and that together we can tune into our soul and get on key in every area of life. It doesn't have to be so difficult. It doesn't have to be so challenging. We could do this together as we guide and lead each other into this new space of really just supporting and loving each other's growth and expansion and success and peace and internal harmony. And that's what my purpose is on this earth. Thank you for watching it. Sending you lots of love, and I'll see you next time.